Happy Hoarder here, and I'm participating in the 12 Days of Christmas Ornaments, hosted by Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World and Melissa from Melissa Makes It DIY. Hi, Happy Hoarder here, and I want to start this video by expressing that it will not be a tutorial. I'm sorry, but it's going to be a lesson. So I'm just going to, bear with me on this one. I think you'll enjoy it. So hang on and watch my little video. So this is a pin that I painted out of an oyster shell, and it's just so cool because it was a double oyster shell. Isn't that amazing? I painted this in 1993. And the original gold paint that I used was this very nice, fancy gold paint, and it actually turned green because there's copper in paint, in gold, in order to make gold paint. So I ended up having to come back, and that paint was so expensive. So I had to come back and use a plaid product, which was awesome, just their gold metallic, and it worked out really well. But I just want to show you that he's just held up so well over that many years. I mean, he's going on 30 years old. And I really enjoyed doing this. I see a lot of people who make the Santas out of the oyster shells, but typically what I see is that they do this side. And because that gives that beard that texture, and that is pretty cool. And recently I did see where someone had sculpted faces on there, and I think that looks good as well because it gives you that definite texture of that beard. But I had always flipped them around and done them this way. Now this was an order that I did for someone, oh my goodness, several years ago, but I had to cancel the order because I had a problem. Now this one actually came out pretty good. He's one of my good ones. And the reason I thought about these is I had a friend contact me after 20 something years telling me how much she loved the ones that she bought years ago and if I was still doing them. And I thought, I should go dig those out. And to see if I had one that was still salvageable. Now, one thing I'd like to go do the gold, but maybe not. Now, this one, like I said, he turned out okay. I think he's a little dusty. Most of that's just dust in him. Bless his little heart. Little touch-ups here and there. But what happened is for years I've made these. And then one year I did this order for someone, a big order, and I used a product. I love the shell. Look at that one. Isn't that creepy? I love it. He's so heavy. I used a product that did not seal properly. And so a lot of them started to separate. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But I will tell you the process that I go through. First, I drill the hole. And a lot of times when you're drilling holes, you take your time. I think we use a special bit. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm pretty sure I have a ceramic bit that I go through these with. And it will chip out sometimes. So you can see a little bit of a chip on that side. And on the thicker ones, it's not a problem, but you have to be very careful with the thin ones. So as it turns out, sorry, I keep bumping my camera. I'm in a position where I'm not in a good position. So I'm trying to get some light on it. Anyway, I did this very simple. This is actually out of the bottle, a blush color. It's not my favorite color. Typically, I will mix a color. Like see him, I just added just a tiny bit of color to his cheeks. Now, because he was the only one I painted, I wasn't kind of in, mass production mode. So you'll see a lot more detail on him and then you see on these, and that's just how it is. I added a paint thickening product to the mustaches and the eyebrows. And at this time, I don't remember what it's called. Like I said, this was years ago. And these kind of got abandoned because after that happened, I'm going to show you one that kind of messed up. I got through most of them. I should have just sold her the ones I had, but it was a big order and I wanted her to have all of them. And I think since then I've actually gifted some of these, but this is typically what was happening. They were just peeling off. So in the past, I have not had this problem. I have used a product that you spray on. You always have to spray them first and usually a couple of times. Now that we have new products like Mr. Super Clear, I'm telling you, this is pre Mr. Super Clear and all that kind of stuff when I painted these. So you want to seal these up because there is calcium and things like that in the shells. Of course, you want your shells to be completely dry. So let me just take you through the process. It's not as easy as you think. If you've done these before, please enter a comment below because I would love to know how you did it. I wash them, obviously. I boil them, actually. I think I was boiling them and cleaned them up really good. And then you have to let them dry for like a year. I'm not kidding you. You really have to let them dry because if there's any moisture in them, they're going to resist the paint. And then you spray them, and you let every spray dry and cure. So it's not something you just say, I'm going to make some oyster shell Santas and I'm going to do it like in an hour. You're not. You have so much you have to do in order to prep them. But I do think they come out amazing. I mean, they really, look at that. I love, even he chipped up. He can be fixed. Now, I've got him sanded down. I could repaint him. I did come back and do some, I don't know what I put on this beard. I may have just painted it. I don't know. I just got rid of that part that was chipped. So here's one, for example. This is a dirty one. You can see it's full of dirt. This one I just pulled out of another basket that I had. I would really clean this up good. It doesn't smell. I mean, this isn't a fresh one. It's really old. But if you go and you pull some that have been shucked or something like that, you know, like you go get your oysters on a half shell, yeah, you better boil those suckers. And you better clean them, like bleach them or something, because they're going to stink. Just saying. And then leave them out in the sun and let them dry and dry and dry. And I would say wait a long time before you paint them. Don't jump into this. I love this one. Now, these are actually some I thrifted at Rolling Hills. They came in a bag with some other shells. And I'm going to be using the other shells in another video for a decoration. It's kind of cool. But they're nasty. So that's typical, though, of what my shells have always looked like. This one's not in bad shape. But you can see it's kind of got wormholes and stuff. And I don't let that bother me, really. I just kind of work with around that, holes and all. Sometimes you can feel the holes, though. Here's another one. So I think I'm going to send, well, I'm having my friend watch this video and tell me which one she wants. And typically these sell between like $15 to $20. And this big size like this. So and they're heavy. This dude is so heavy right here. But look at the back of me is just gorgeous. This is a really nice shell. So these have been redone. Some of these have been repainted. I just realized. I remember I did touch up some of these. But here's another example. And I'm telling you, y'all joke. I mean, I love my Robin, but she picks on me for being picky. But this was an order, and I wanted it to be perfect. I don't want to sell something that's going to fall apart. And I'm not saying none of my stuff did, because, you know, you're naive and you start out new. But this is the kind of stuff I don't like. So you can never be rushed. Painting these, you always have to let everything dry, and not only dry, but cure. So I think that's what had happened here. I sprayed it with I use Kills. I know I've used Kills before, and I paint on kind as well. So I probably did not let it dry and cure properly, and then I painted, and then I probably sealed it before everything had dried. So I do still have some good ones. I was actually shocked how many of these were still in decent shape. And then here's another cutie that I got from the Rolling Hills stash. And this one, oh, this one's got, hang on a second. This one needs to, I have not sprayed this one, so I don't know if you can tell. Hang on, where's the other one? I have two of these. So these two I'd painted, but I haven't sprayed their beards like this one. Well, this one needs repainting anyway, but this one is definitely, needs to be sprayed with some clear sealer. And how about that sealer? But all their little faces strange. I will tell you right now, it's hard to get in these little faces sometimes. But they're durable. They, like I said, well, unless I just drop it and break it right now. But this one has lasted me for, well, 30 years almost. 29 years now. So there's that guy. Or 20, what are we at? Yeah, 27, 29, 28. Yeah, okay, 28 years. We'll get it right in a minute. So that would be really cool. I know I'm kind of seeing that sideways, but then I do like the front face. I've had some that were doubles. I keep bumping my camera. I'm sorry, guys. And then this one. This one is another example one that, wait, let me see. Yeah, see, it's peeled away. I'm not happy with that. So I know my friend's going to be like, yeah, I would have taken those, duh. I can't believe, but I can't handle that. I can't sell them like this. And I really didn't have time. I get, you know what, if you're an artist or if you're a crafter even, you get frustrated and you just need to put it aside. So I put this aside for like years. So there's another, you can see the peeling. So my recommendation, if you decide to do something like these, clean them very well, boil them, bleach and all that good stuff. And then put them out and let them dry for a very long time. Like, you can put them in the oven if you wanted to. Get them really dry, but then you need to spray and let that cure, because there's really nothing, I'm sorry, hang on. There's nothing for it to stick to. So, you know, it's like painting on glass, but now we have products that we didn't really have before that will stick to glass. So I've done a couple of these little guys. Aren't these cute? Watch this one, and then you turn him over. Now, this is an example of the oxidation. You see how it's turned green over the years? So this oldie but a goodie. Yeah. So I think that one's cute. And see, there's my little hole. Now how I hang them is I will take a pearl bead. Actually, I wish I had one that was hanging. Huh. So I will take a pearl and I will string it, and then you'll see the pearl, and then, you know, you run your strings through here, and that's how I hang them. I should have mentioned that before. So I always thought that was kind of a cute little thing. It's a fake pearl. It's not a real one. I'm not that good. And then here's another example of where the gold oxidized. And look, that was, what year was that? I can't even read that. 2011? Yeah, so I did these 10 years. Well, I said 10 years ago, right? Yeah, 10 years ago. I don't think they're all signed. I think because I kind of quit, yeah. So that was just one that I had. Actually, these I think were after. This is one I had from 2011. In fact, these two that were gold, I think were both signed. He's not signed. He's not signed. Yeah, I've done one of these for a friend of mine. It's so annoying because it keeps flipping around backwards. I love this shell. Oh my goodness. And I have given, I did a ornament exchange type thing, you know, where it was like, what do you call those things? It's where you steal gifts from each other. Dirty Santa. And oh my goodness, everybody was fighting over it. But this one I will do for me one day. Sorry guys, that's for me. And this is another one I really love. Oh my gosh, look at this one. This one's just fantastic. I know, I'm so greedy, but these are mine. Look at that scary looking shell. Actually, I should just put that shell in my bathroom for now. It's just so cool. And then this last but not least. So yeah, I want her to see this and see which one she wants. And then yeah, so that'll help me. At least I'll sell some of the ones that I have and that are in good shape. I only have, now that I look at it, I really don't have that many to fix. So that one's good. That one looks good. This one, I think this one needs repairing. That one, these two. I think I kind of sorted them out pretty good. This is an older one. And that, and this one. And I think when I priced this one thing he didn't sell, oh, there's that eyeball I was looking for. It fell out of my box. It's the weirdest collection of stuff. It's just an old eye. Yeah, it's got a dent in it. But yeah, that don't you think I should charge twice as much? Come on. I did 2 faces. Does this need work? No. So yeah, actually I have some to sell. So I'm going to contact her and see what she wants to do. Anyway, I wanted to share this with y'all. And for, you know, I think you should try it. If you ever come across any shells or you're out eating oysters on a half shell, grab those shells. They'll think you're crazy, but I've actually done it. In fact, that's where most of these came from eating oysters on it. Oysters, what's the one with the spinach and all that? Don't ask. It's too early in the morning. But make sure you put a good sealer on them first. Oh, and I decided not to. This is taped right here. And I just taped it to protect it. I decided to leave that one plain because I really liked it. That was such a cool one, too. So in reality, I only have, and he's not that great. I mean, he's just a weird one. I'll stick him over here. So I have 4. I really only have 4. I should finish up and try to find new homes for this year. So if you're interested, hey, let me know. But I think they're fun to make. They're very simple. It's just painting a face. And we'll just talk about that real quick. This was a pre-mix. And I want to say this is like dusty mauve or something, or mauve, or however you want to say it. This was flesh, you know, that color flesh, white, just basic whites, you know. And these are all plaid products or probably folk art, which is another thing. Make sure you use a really good white. You're going to be painting, so please use your higher quality whites. And you want, now I'm gonna tell you, you want to paint thin coats. You don't want the paint to overwhelm. You want to keep as much of this beautiful texture as possible. So if you start painting and putting your paint on really thick, you're gonna lose some of your little definitions here. So I recommend 2 thin coats versus thick coats any day. And you can add any kind of paint thickener product. And we don't need the name of it. I haven't had it in years, but you can add that, or you can actually add spackle to your paint. I know people do that as well, and that would work. And then this is another example of just adding some spackle to it. So I hope you take a chance at this and let me know and post a photo with a little, you know, tag me and say, hey, I made one. And even if you do this side and you decide to do the sculpted faces, which I'm kind of entertaining that idea. But every time I see this one like that, I mean, my eye goes to this. I just like my way of doing it. But yeah, I can't see it. I can see how that would work. But anyway, let's hit that one. Maybe I can see this one. It's a little smoother. That could be his hat. I could probably oh wait, let me try this. That could be his hat and his little face somewhere in here, and then this beard just going that way. he would hang. He probably need to be hanging. He's weird. Look at that blob. Ah! Look at him. They're a little bit creepy. But anyway, hey. Thanks for watching, and please hit like and subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification button, because sometimes I make some really crazy videos. Anyway, I do go live, and most of my crafting is done live stream, so check me out at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30, and I'll be popping up every now and then with my good friend Robin from Robin's Buys and DIYs. And if you'd like to be a guest on my show or our show, then by all means contact me or Robin via our Instagram, whatever we have, Instagram. Oh my gosh, my brain. Yeah, contact us via Instagram. Bye.